Welcome back to Profit Isn't an Accident. I'm Shannon Howard. I'm founder of Denali Edge Consulting, where we help contractors and service-based business owners just like you keep more of what they earn, stress less, and build businesses that actually support their families. And today, I want to talk about one of the biggest reasons good businesses stay broke. And no, it's usually not because they aren't working hard enough. It's not because they don't have enough customers. And it's not because they're bad at what they do. It's because they're making one pricing mistake over and over and over again. And honestly, I don't blame them because most contractors weren't taught how to price a business. They were taught how to build one. So let's talk about it. Most business owners I talk to are busy. They're booked out. They've got a great reputation. They're doing everything right. But when they actually sit down and look at their numbers, something doesn't quite add up. The profit doesn't match the effort. And it's usually not a sales problem. It's a visibility problem. I'm Shannon Howard. I work with HVAC owners, electricians, plumbers, and contractors to uncover hidden profit, fix those leaks, and help you keep more of what you earn. This is Profit Isn't an Accident. Can I ask you something? Have you ever finished putting together an estimate, you looked at the number and you thought, there's no way they'll pay that? So what did you do? Maybe you knocked a little off, right? You rounded down, you threw in something for free, or maybe you left the price alone, but spent the next 3 days hoping they wouldn't call someone cheaper. Every contractor has felt that. I've talked to owners who can wire an entire commercial building, rebuild an HVAC system, or frame a custom home without even breaking a sweat. But ask them to confidently stand behind their price. Now they're uncomfortable. So why? Because pricing feels personal. It feels like someone is looking, they're judging your worth. But here's the thing, customers aren't judging your worth. They're deciding whether your solution solves their problem. And those are two different conversations completely. So here's the mistake. Too many contractors price to win the job, right? Instead of pricing to build their business. Now, they're trying to win today's customer instead of building tomorrow's company. So think about it. Let's say you knock $500 off an estimate. It feels harmless in the moment, right? And it makes you feel a little better. Now do that 20 times this year. There's $10,000 gone, but it gets worse. That $10,000 didn't come out of revenue. It came out of profit. The money that could have paid you, bought equipment, created breathing room, taken your family on vacation. Instead, it's gone. Poof. Not because the customer negotiated well, because you talked yourself out of your own value before they even had the chance. So why do we do this? Fear. Plain and simple. Fear they'll say no. Fear they'll hire someone else. Fear the phone won't ring. Fear you're asking too much. And here's where it gets interesting. Most owners never stop to ask themselves the opposite question. What if I say yes to too many jobs that don't actually make money? What if being booked solid is the reason I'm exhausted? What if my calendar is full but my bank account isn't? Now, those are much scarier questions in my opinion, because here's the truth. The cheapest contractor usually isn't the most profitable contractor. And the most profitable contractor usually isn't trying to be the cheapest. They're trying to be the best value. They know exactly what it costs to run their business. They know what they need to charge, and they have the confidence to stand behind it. Not because they're fearless, but because they are clear. Now, that's a huge difference. Confidence doesn't come from personality. Confidence comes from clarity. So how do you stop making this mistake? First, you stop asking, what will the customer pay? And start asking, what does my business need? Those are two very different questions because your price has to cover more than today's job. It has to pay your team, your insurance, your fuel, your equipment, your taxes, your overhead, your future growth. And yes, it does have to pay you too. Second, you need to know your numbers, not guess. You need to know them. When you understand your overhead, your margins, and your profit goals, pricing stops feeling emotional. It becomes mathematical. And finally, remember this, not every customer is your customer. If someone chooses another contractor because they're cheaper, that doesn't automatically mean you are overpriced. It may simply mean they valued price more than quality, more than reliability, experience, or professionalism. And that's okay. You don't need every customer. You need the right customers. So before we wrap up, I want to leave you with one question. The next time you finish an estimate, before you hit send, ask yourself this: did I price this to win the job, or did I price this to build the business I actually want? Because those two things aren't always the same. The businesses that create that real freedom don't accidentally stumble into profitable pricing. They build it intentionally. So if today's episode challenged the way you've been thinking about pricing, don't ignore that feeling. Sometimes one pricing decision can change the entire trajectory of your business. And if you'd like help figuring out whether your pricing is actually supporting the business you're trying to build, I'd love to help. Head over to denaliedgeconsulting.com and schedule a profit acceleration session. We'll look at your numbers together and identify whether your pricing is helping your business grow or quietly holding it back. Until next time, keep more, stress less, and always, always, always remember, profit isn't an accident. If this hit, there is a reason. Most businesses aren't broken. They just don't have clear visibility into where the money's actually going. So if you want help finding it, grab my free Profit Edge playbook or book a quick session with me. You'll find everything in the show notes. And if you haven't already, follow the show so you don't miss what's next.